The bindery was great. We had a production facility at our house on Hastings, just in a shop, and we mostly wholesaled to independent bookstores nationwide, as well as stationery stores. It wasn't so dependent on Port Townsend, although we had great accounts in Port Townsend, which continue to be accounts for the Watermark in town.
But the vast majority of our books were sold, nationwide. It was very different than this, because this business is all dependent on people in town knowing about us and knowing what we're doing and, knowing about the Pourhouse and wanting to come here. And the Watermark, we were definitely, could stay more anonymous.
Yeah.
Well,
still getting used to it.
I don't like to think of it as that, exactly. But it's, the thing for me that's been great is when we were at the Strange Brew Festival this weekend, or even going into the hardware store or into the food co-op, people stop us and tell us how excited they are. Mm-hmm. And that just feels good because it's this idea that we've been working on for a number of years. And it was hard to know if people
were going to support it.
If they wanted it. And we knew that it was the type of place that we wanted, but we didn't know that other people would want it. And it's been great how
positive feedback, for sure.
We're doing noon to 10, 7 days a week, and then we'll be open later on the weekends, so maybe that's noon to midnight, maybe it's later. We'll see how we can develop as a music venue and how late people are staying. And we'll be flexible with that.
Well, we're going to mostly be doing it ourselves, although we are starting off with a few employees, and then we'll see how it goes and maybe expand from there.
Yeah.
But
one of us will be here all the time, if not both of us.
Yeah.
That's 200 bottles of beer and the merchandisers. Yeah, so we won't be opening with quite 200, but we'll be working up to that in the next month, and then we'll have 12 rotating taps. We're going to focus initially, especially with the taps, trying to get a lot of the other local beer from Edmonds or Silverdale, Oak Harbor, Anacortes, Bellingham.
I definitely like beer. We drink
We're
an
both
equal
beer
amount of beer, and that's how we have come to this business, because when we're traveling, we always seek out either the local brewery or the local bottle shop or the local tavern that has beer that is from the area, and we like to taste beer. And I definitely want to be an advocate for increasing women in beer, women drinking beer, for sure.
Because people, a lot of times, you'll hear people say, oh, well, I don't like beer. And they're kind of imagining beer in this, fairly small category of what it actually is. And there are a huge number of styles and beer that, span the palate.
For sure.
And it's, trying to bring that to Port Townsend and share that with people so that, that they can realize the diversity of what's out there and what's being made. And we're at this time in craft beer where brewers are expanding the styles that they're making and experimenting with, and a lot of those beers have flavors and tastes that are comparable to wine in some sense. And so we definitely want to have those beers here and to try to convert people who say they don't like beer and find them things that they do like, for sure.
Yeah.
And women and beer is becoming a big thing. A lot of breweries and bottle shops and beer bars are doing events that are women-centric, because beer for too long has been male-dominated, and it's time for women to step up and drink their fair share.
Well, one model that we're starting off with is we're going to have a 5-ounce taster, a 10-ounce taster, and a 16-ounce that you could get. So you don't have to be committed to a full pint, so you could do, tastings of everything and see what you like. The other thing is we're going to be hosting beer tasting events, and possibly we'll do a women beer tasting night, and it's exclusively women, and we'll select beers that we think would fit with that. Do you have anything more to add to that?
No, that's good. That's good.